Ahoy sailors, welcome aboard. Today we're doing a different kind of video. We're doing a deck profile, which is going to be the first one on the channel, and a One Piece one at that. So we're going to be looking at Magellan. He is a very, very good leader. Mostly because he is anti-meta, and yeah, he tends to pop off. Like, his ability is when you -1 Dawn, he gets plus 1000 attack for this turn, so that'll put him at 6000 power, and yeah, it's just really good. Like, he's good into Whitebeard, he's good into Zoro, he's good into, what's his name, Smoker? He's just overall good. Like, his weaker matchups are Kiamon and Law, that's for certain. Especially Law. Law is like, good luck. But anyway, let's get into the build. So yeah, we got Magellan here. You got Hannibal. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to see the full deck build, just skip to, I don't know, should be flashing somewhere on the screen what part of the video you should skip to, but yeah. We got Hannibal at 4 copies. Hannibal's the searcher, can search for any impel down card. Very, very useful. We got Shiki at 2. He is a 2k counter, and his trigger effect allows you to play him for -1 Dawn, which is pretty strong. Like, late game, that can actually win you the game, so. Yeah, we got 2 copies of Jack in here. This guy actually comes in clutch. Like, if a tournament I was at, I didn't end up using him, but like, yeah, he's good. You -1 Dawn while attacking, and your opponent trashes a card from your hand. Like, you could arguably run more copies of him. He's so good. And you got Sadie. She's a 2k counter, and you can play up to 1 Jailer Beast card from your hand. Now that is a very strong effect because you are getting 7 value, like 7 or 8000 power overall. And she's got like a serviceable attack stat as well. But yeah, just being able to play a Jailer Beast, like, yeah. So these are the Jailer Beasts right here. You got the Minotaur, who has a double attack. Honestly, it doesn't. Double attack never actually does anything other than like put a ton of pressure on your opponent, and that's what makes him so good. Like, it's very rare that you'll get the double attack off, but very strong, especially since you can just play him with Sadie. Minnow Koala, he is a blocker with yeah, he's just a blocker that can be played by Sadie as well. Oh yeah, one more thing, Minnow Koala and Minotaur on KO, you can add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest it, which is very good. It's ramping you up, and only Magellan's able to do it. Alright, now we got Uta, very strong, especially into the red matchup, because all of our cards are basically below 5 cost, other than Whitebeard. Unless you're playing Strawbeard. Strawbeard tends to run a lot of higher up cards, but like against Zoro, she is very strong. But you could arguably run less copies than 4. Or, you know, I think a lot of people don't even run Uta, so she's not mandatory, but she is very good. Just being able to rest that 1 extra card on block. And we got Magellan, or Magellan as people like to call him. I'm assuming that's what he's called in the dub, but not entirely certain. Yeah, basically when you play him, you -1 Dawn, your opponent -1 Dawn too, which can completely cut off your opponent. It was like, goodbye Kuzan, goodbye Whitebeard, goodbye, who knows, Odin, Kid, anything that's big really. You can completely shut down your opponent's game plan. And then we got Queen. Queen is not even, like, I don't have to explain Queen. Queen's just good. He's, you know, a counter, draw 2, discard 1 Dawn. A lot of these guys, yeah, are so good. And then you got Drake. He's a 2k counter, but like, you can -1 Dawn, make your opponent discard 1 card from your hand. Super strong effect. No matter what, you're getting a lot of value out of him. He's great. And we got Douglas Bullet. This guy is clutch, to say the least. Like, yeah, -1 Dawn. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with cost of 4 or less. Like, that's a game ender. Super strong effect. Serviceable attack. And people never see it coming. And then we got King at 4 copies. King, I mean, there's not much to say. He's like the best removal that purple had. Very consistent, 7,000 power, strongest power in the deck. This is very mid-range deck. Yeah, King, that's basically it. And then we got 1 copy of regular King, or I mean 7 cost King. I mean, I guess you could say this is regular King. Yeah, he's a -2 Dawn, and you can pop a 2 cost and 3 cost or less. Very strong. You won't have this come out a lot, but like if you have to, you can just play him like 7k attack, 7k attack, and yeah, he's good. But I mean, a lot of the times you'll have the other King, so not even necessary. And then we got 4 copies of Hell's Judgment. This is the other card that makes this deck. Like, I mean, yeah. There's a reason why Kaido runs the Impel Down kit in most builds these days. But yeah, you -1 Dawn, give 2 of your opponent's characters or leaders -3k power, insanely strong, has a trigger effect as well that can -1 Dawn from your opponent. And then Thunder Bagua, which is really good, especially because a lot of times your opponent will play around Hell's Judgment, and then you can just Thunder Bagua, and yeah, they don't see it coming. But yeah, that's basically the build, and here's the overall deck. But yeah, that's the deck. Now, potential changes to this deck, I'd say, yeah, you could definitely run more Jacks. He is, like, he's not entirely necessary, but like, I feel like if you run Jack, you want to run more copies of him. Another thing is the Utas, you could probably do without them. I don't know what you'd want to replace them with, but like, there's a few other cards like Shiki. Having more copies of him would not hurt. King, honestly, I feel like 4 Kings is a bit too much. 3 would probably be plenty, but I've heard some people that run 3 say they never draw it enough. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. And then you got Bullet over here. Bullet is just, yeah, he's replaceable for sure as well. As for everything else, I'd say pretty staple. I'd say this King, you don't have to run this King. It really depends what your locals are running. Like, they'll really pop off against red. Sometimes you'll get them off against black. Like, every deck runs at least a couple cheap cost cards, but like, due to the fact that there's so much low removal in the game, a lot of people aren't running yeah, him anymore. But yeah, that's basically the deck profile. I don't think I have anything else to say here. Other cards that could go in here, let's see. I mean, I already brought out the Shiryu, and I should have just brought the cards. Yeah, but like Shiryu can pop one costs. More Shikis wouldn't hurt. I mean, obviously you can run like the cheaper blockers, like Domino. Domino would probably be the most ideal one for this deck just because you can search her, but personally I wouldn't go for Domino. Just because cheaper blockers get destroyed so easily these days. Especially in red matchup. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Before we go, gotta quickly open the winner pack, as it may be the only one that I ever get. So Dawn is the ideal card that you want to pull, but I mean, I don't really care. It's the only winner card I've ever gotten, so I'll take whatever I can get. Okay, and we got Black Maria. Okay, she's on the regular art. I wish these were shiny. That'd make them a little more desirable. Oh well. Super cool to see. Haven't actually opened any of these yet. But yeah, that does it. Thanks a lot for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.